A long time ago in Egypt, when the Nile flowed quietly past golden sands and towering palaces, a baby boy named Moses was born during a very dangerous time. The Israelites were increasing in number, and Pharaoh, the powerful king of Egypt, became afraid. Fear led him to make a cruel law: every baby boy born to the Israelites must be taken away. Panic filled the land, and families lived in constant fear. But Moses' mother refused to surrender her child. With courage stronger than fear, she placed her baby in a carefully made basket and gently set it among the reeds along the Nile River, trusting that God would protect him. As the river flowed peacefully, Pharaoh's daughter came down to bathe. Suddenly she heard a faint cry.
What is that sound?
She and her servant moved closer and discovered the basket. Inside was a crying child. Pharaoh's daughter looked at the helpless child, and compassion filled her heart.
I cannot leave him here. I will raise him as my own.
And just like that, the child who was meant to be destroyed was brought into the palace. Moses grew up surrounded by royalty, educated in wisdom, and trained like a prince of Egypt. Yet deep inside, he knew he was different. As he grew older, he began to notice the suffering of his people. The Israelites were forced to work under harsh conditions and were often beaten. One day, Moses saw an Egyptian guard beating an Israelite slave. Anger rose within him, and in a moment of rage, he acted and killed the guard. The next day, as he tried to intervene in another dispute, someone confronted him. Moses froze. He realized his secret was no longer hidden. When Pharaoh found out what had happened, Moses had no choice but to flee Egypt. He escaped to a distant land and lived quietly for many years as a shepherd. Perhaps he thought his past had ruined his future. Perhaps he believed his story had ended there. But God had not forgotten him. One day, while tending sheep, Moses noticed something unusual: a bush on fire, yet it was not burning up. Curious, he stepped closer. Then he heard his name.
Moses. Moses.
God told him that he had seen the suffering of the Israelites, and that Moses must return to Egypt to demand their freedom.
Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? What if they do not listen to me? I will be with you.
With hesitation but obedience, Moses returned to Egypt. Standing before Pharaoh, he delivered the message boldly: "Let my people go." Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he refused. As a result, plagues came upon Egypt. Frogs covered the land. Insects filled the air, darkness covered the sky, and many other signs followed. Each time Pharaoh seemed ready to release the people, he changed his mind. Finally, after the last and most painful plague, Pharaoh called Moses. "Go take your people and leave." After years of slavery, the Israelites walked out of Egypt as free people. But freedom did not mean the journey would be easy. When they reached the Red Sea, they found themselves trapped.
Why did you bring us here? Were there no graves in Egypt?
Moses stood firm and spoke calm. He stretched out his hand over the sea, and a powerful wind blew. The waters parted, forming walls on both sides, and the Israelites walked through on dry ground. When they reached the other side safely, the sea returned to its place, and Pharaoh's army could no longer follow them. They were truly free. Later, at Mount Sinai, God gave Moses the 10 Commandments, guidelines for living with honor, justice, and kindness. Moses, once a baby hidden in a basket, had become a great leader who guided his people to freedom. His life was filled with fear, mistakes, miracles, and courage. And here is the powerful truth in his story. Moses was not perfect. He doubted himself. He made serious mistakes. He ran away when he was afraid. Yet he was still chosen, still used, and still became great. So if you ever feel unqualified, afraid, or unsure of your future, remember this: your beginning does not define your destiny. Your mistakes do not cancel your purpose. The obstacles in front of you may look like a Red Sea, but they can open in ways you never imagined. Stay faithful, stay courageous. Your story is not over yet.